It feels like a relic of yesteryear when a rivalry is built on tainted water. But as these fans know, the Little Brown Jug history is a long one, and when it's on the line, everyone is thirsty for a sip of victory. The Wolverines ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. The Gophers put up quite a fight for the Jug last year, but it was the Wolverines pulling out a close one.
And that's not a surprise. Michigan dominates this series, and they own the Little Brown Jug. You might as well put Wolverines on it as much as they've won it. They need to make sure they set the tone early. Don't give Minnesota life. Show their dominance early in this football game.
You know, you had to wonder last year if a lot of those players at Michigan maybe weren't thinking about, you know, the rivalries with Penn State and Michigan State and obviously Ohio State at the end of the year. Minnesota is not a program you can overlook, though, because they are tough and they are scrappy, and they're coming for that Little Brown Jug.
They think there's room to run to the right here. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And I think that's really the key to this football team. You saw it last week, man. Everything kind of falls into place when he gets the football and the ground game gets going. And I think when you play a rivalry game with emotion, with passion, like settle everybody in, run the football, and be more physical.
And what a great job by the defense here. 1st down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. The Golden Gophers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to throw. It's Lindsey. Flip it out to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down.
It's very early in the college football season, but this coaching staff has to be very pleased by what they've seen from their quarterback. He's making real good decisions, and he's been accurate. That was his 100th completion early this year.
Left side is Thompson. Bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line. And the Golden Gophers look to keep this drive humming. Poulsen. And he'll be hit immediately. No gain on the play. In the lore of the Little Brown Jug, guys, it originally was just a water jug that Michigan wanted back, and Minnesota told them, well, come win it if you want it so badly.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's not the most expensive-looking trophy out there for sure, but listen, it was important. I mean, it was helping hydrate. In the day, David, so, you know, you get points for that.
Not expensive, but you know what? Anything that drives the hate between people and the animosity, sign me up, bro. And so we got to play for it. It means something, and people argued about it. Little Brown Jug me.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Out wide left, it's Thompson. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. Shoots it to the left. Makes the grab. He's got a 1st down. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
I love the aggressive nature of the play calling there. In the opening drive of the game, you have an opportunity on 4th down, obviously, to just kick a field goal, take the lead early, establish some momentum. Instead, they get aggressive. They go for it, and not just get it. They score a touchdown.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. The Wolverines offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. And here comes Andrew Marsh. This guy has every tool you could want. He is one of the better pass catchers in the game.
And what a treat, man. We get to see an elite wide receiver, a master at his craft, perform today. And obviously, nobody in the seats are surprised, right? Because this university continually pumps out guys at the spot. But, Jesse, I love the way this dude performs. I'm excited to watch him live.
You know, it was amazing. The three of us were walking around the facility yesterday, and you're just seeing all the names of receivers and all the memorabilia and the jerseys and the Bolitnikoff awards. The tradition of the position at receiver at this school throughout college football history.
What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who it was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that.
Picked off! What a play by this defense! He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception!
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Holds it, trying to get the corner. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Defense has it. They're on the move.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games. That loses games. And that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
They go play action. Bryce Underwood got his man on the outside. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Throwing, Underwood. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
They'll run the screen, and they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. Splits the uprights. Good. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, as a defensive coach, that's a win. When you can be already put in a bad position because your offense fumbles and they're in scoring position and you give up just 3, that is a situational football at its best. Nice job by this defense, handling a little adversity and just giving up the field goal.
That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone and he's knocked down at the 10. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. They're going to test the right side with this one. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Sets his feet. It's Lindsey. Fires to the tight end. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
He's got an open man. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Pulls and throws off the RPO.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
Now on the move. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Right side, it's Ford. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there. The moments, the big plays from rivalry games like this when etched in your memories, and here are some that I'm sure will bring back some warm and some heartbreaking memories. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Caught in the backfield, it's Helms. Turning it on! Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Man, you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays. They can run people over. They can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
On play action. Rush right in his face. Took a shot as he threw. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And there's a great example of living to play another day. QB in the pocket, nobody open, throw it out of bounds.
They're a perfect 2 for 2 on third down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. Left side is Helms. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. The Golden Gophers have it with a first and goal. Driving forward, it's Turner. He's going for the goal line. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
On second and goal, he gets another chance. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Minnesota! Backed up in the shadow of their own goal post. No problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
They add the extra point to finish the drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. It's dropped after taking the hit. This rivalry dates back to 1892, but it was in 1903 that fielding Hurry-Up Yost was worried that Minnesota would contaminate his water supply, hence the start of the Little Brown Jug.
How about that, man? A little tampering back then, a little you're gonna fix the game, mess with my players, and I think all of those things. It's really cool to learn the backdrops, Jesse, of rivalries and how things are named the way they are, and why the hatred usually runs so deep.
You know what's interesting is a lot of these players on the field right now, they probably don't have any idea of the history and how interesting that is. All they care about...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. And the Wolverines are in the hurry-up. Play fake, Underwood. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
And they fail to hook up on third down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Off play action on first down. Out wide left, it's Turner. Makes the catch, and he's free. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Straight ahead, it's Turner. Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Incomplete, a 50-50 ball won by no one that time.
I like the idea by the quarterback. He wanted to attack the middle of the field. He found his open guy. Receivers just got to be able to make a play for him.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Breaks into the open. He's brought down the 1, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. And the Golden Gophers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To throw, it's Lindsey. In the backfield, it's Turner. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. They'll go to the air on third and short. Finds his big tight end. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on third and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Pulls it on the option. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Well, this guy's dynamic, and he can hurt you in a variety of ways in the option game, and he had a chance that time to pitch it out wide if he wanted to, but he kept it himself. He shows you the wheels, takes it in for the score.
And he made the extra point without problem. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Finds his man on the RPO. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play, because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. The Gophers will take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
We haven't even gotten to halftime yet. This offense has their hands full trying to keep this quarterback standing up straight. They've already given up multiple sacks. That's the biggest reason why they're trailing by as much as they are. They better go in at halftime and make some big-time adjustments.
We might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. This third down a little longer after that penalty. Quarterback changing the play. Wide receiver comes in motion. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Gonna let it fly into double coverage, and he picked it off. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half, because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Timeout taken by Minnesota. That's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They'll line up for a second down play. To the air. It's Lindsey. Going for it all. can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down.
That play had 6 written all over it, but he drops it in the end zone. Bad break for the offense.
Fires left. Makes a connection. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. The snap sets up the throw. Wide out trying to get it in. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Just drives it between the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Making the adjustment on the play. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. First up, a look at James Madison taking on the Marshall Thundering Herd.
On the run from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
I caught up with Minnesota's head coach at the half. Their defense has done a terrific job so far, and today they're kicking off here to start the second half. That defense has got to step up again because they are facing a really stout running game. They've done a good job in the first half, but I will let you know how this continues to build here in the third quarter. Reese?
Appreciate that, Holly.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Dropping back, it's Lindsey. Throws to the wideout. Over the middle, it's Smith. Touchdown, Minnesota! Made the grab, and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. It's been rare to see the Gophers full in this rivalry like this, but they can almost taste the water from the little brown jug.
No doubt, and that water is tasting good right now. Minnesota doing a great job handling the moment, handling the pressure. Most of the time, they're underdogs in this game, doing what they need to do. Now they just got to finish.
Yeah, Michigan just looks shell-shocked at this point. They can't believe what's been happening, but give Minnesota credit, man. They're hitting on all cylinders, and they're just playing at a different intensity level.
The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Turns it upfield. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Wolverines can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Handoff to the single running back. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Well, that's just great awareness by the defense, locating the quarterback and knowing they can't get to him. They can't get the sack. Just someone's got to get their hand in the air and knock it away.
3rd and long right here. Sets his feet. It's Fowler Nicolosi. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And you thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Got to make the play on 4th. Throws for the tight end. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Sells the run, looking to pass. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out of the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Looking left. Got his man. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Inside 4 minutes to play here in the 3rd. Looking for running room. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. And the Wolverines want to pick up the tempo.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Out wide right, it's Buchanan. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up. But completion. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. selling the fake. Swings it out to his running back. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's Fowler Nicolosi. And he gets rid of it.
I know we're in the third quarter, but because they're trailing like they are, they're right now in 4-down mode every single drive. You throw an incompletion down in the red zone, this is a no-brainer. They're going to be throwing it again, and we'll see if the defense can step up here.
And this one sails through just inside that left upright.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Minnesota's offense takes the field to get this drive underway. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
The run inside. It's Turner. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. Looking to throw for it. Finds his target down the middle. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. The Golden Gophers come to the line with a new set of downs. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Helms.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! Give him 3 touchdowns in this game, and now up to 8 on the season. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Looking downfield, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping to run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. Motion from the wide receiver. On third down, he drops the throw. And he gets it away.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
They'll move the wide receiver. Hits inside. It's Turner. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
There he goes. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Trying to slip through and pick it up. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And they are sending out the field goal unit now. Thought they might spin that wheel of fortune on 4th and short, but they'll line up for the field goal. Field goal is good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lane. Stop him at the 16. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. From the gun, he gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here. Well, guys, so far this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. Looking for a man, it's Fowler Nicolosi. And they can't make the connection.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Needs it here on 4th down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18. From the red zone, it's Turner. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I'll tell you what, 4th quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run the football, eat that clock.
Hand off again. Bring him down.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today.
And I love the aggressiveness and physicality of this defense. Third down, they run the football. You say absolutely not. This is a strength of this offense. Usually, they're really good at converting third downs. This defense just stood up and made a play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it and make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
Piles his way ahead. Oh, he's got some space. A solid pickup there, works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Got enough for the 1st down. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains. They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Marshall. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll ride him again. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
Man, we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Snapped it, and he has to have it. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Guys, here on the Golden Gophers sideline, this offense has been a big storyline here today. We did not expect them to be so proficient against one of the top defenses in the country, but here we are. A big blowout. They have the ball and the lead. Coaches keep talking to the players about finishing strong. We'll see if they're able to keep up that momentum here today and get the upset. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. They'll run him again. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds his target. They get him stopped, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
And the Golden Gophers decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, This is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
He'll be knocked down, but not before doling out some punishment and getting 7.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Left side, it's Marsh. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the first. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking downfield, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Reels it in. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Back to pass on second down. Makes the catch. It's Hansen. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. Right side, it's Buchanan.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. And listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been...
Makes the grab in their space. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Just got rid of that one.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Dropping back, it's Fowler Nicolosi. And it's incomplete. He was looking to the end zone and trying to get 6.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's...
And, guys, hold that thought just a second because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Snapped it, and he has to have it. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down and one that did not pay off. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Running inside, it's Turner. Looks as if he'll get it up to about the 14-yard line.
Offenses ice football games in the 4th quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop us, and they're looking pretty impressive right now doing it.
And so it's Minnesota who will be sipping the nectar of victory and taking home the little brown jug by beating Michigan. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.